page for clinical reports. You can see that the disease is tested for a range from prostate cancer, Crohn's disease, to psoriasis, so really serious diseases to less serious diseases. Carrier status is being tested for, and the famous traits, which have created some stir in the media community as well, especially the earwax type and the eye color, because this is a good example of how probabilistic the data is. Those companies are looking for variants which are relatively frequent in the population, and the effect they have in accounting for actual expressions of traits is relatively small. So the eye color could be likely blue, but you could still have brown eyes. And this pertains to all of the information divulged here. The genetic data, this is how it's going to present it. It's the so-called risk odds calculator. The average population risk would be 16.2 here for breast cancer, and this particular person tested has a risk of 18.3. The breast cancer slide is a particularly interesting slide because the breast cancer test in this whole genome testing setting does not test for the BRCA mutations. So it again does not test for the mutations which are relatively rare in the population and have a relatively considerable effect, but they test for variants, SNP variants, which are relatively frequent and have a relatively small effect. So they do warn customers of that. Keep in mind that 23andMe does not report mutations in the BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. But nevertheless, regulators and ethicists have been worrying about the effect of this information on consumers. The typical example has been smoking. Somebody could be found of below average